You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 511, recorded July 2024, posted July 2025. Beep beep, woof woof, clank clank.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master, and we are here continuing our adventure, Keys from the Golden Vault, Clockworks, a title that I can almost say convincingly. This is one of our Golden Vaults adventures where our operatives, our players, are agents of the Golden Vault, a society with secrets, but they're good secrets. They try and help people out, and specifically in this adventure, they have been sent to the gnomish town of Little Lockford to try and help liberate them from an army of clockwork automatons led by a rogue inventor/security chief, one Tixie Talkworth. Allow me to introduce the players, they will introduce their characters, and then we will jump into things. First up, it's Aline Sims. Welcome back, Aline.
Hi. I'm playing Jasper, the Tabaxi monk. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing next.
Yeah, that sounds good. Also joining us, it's Chips on Earth.
I'm playing Josh Molis, and I'm a cleric, and I'm nursing a bit of a headache after the events of the last session.
It's true. Next up, it's Jason Snell.
Hey there, it's me, and I am playing Revelle. He's a fishman, he's a Triton druid, and he was just really hurt in our previous battle, but he's rested a little and also still really hurt. So there.
And last, but certainly not least, it's Monty Ashley.
Hi, I'm Monty Ashley. I'm playing Krong, a bugbear rogue who's a nightmare monster, and I cannot access my character sheet online right now.
Oh, no.
Everybody listening to this
disclosure.
in 2025 or 2026, hey, remember that day back in
2026?
Remember that day back in July of 2024 when D&D Beyond went down on a Tuesday night? That's today! Yay!
Programming note to how does this work now? Do we still play D&D without character sheets?
We play D&D. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Look,
All
it's
right.
a story we tell together, Tony.
Is it? Okay. Are you going to start doing something?
I tack.
Eventually.
Okay, good. Previously on our adventurers have made their way into Little Lockford. They have traveled throughout the sprawling gnomish city using the slag line, a series of industrial buckets swinging from chains you normally reserve for moving ore. But, you know, what is an adventure except ore that has not yet been melted down? Wait, nope, that's not right. They've been exploring. They've been looking for a way to get into Tixie Talkworth's workshop and recover the security key before the workshop is sealed tight. While exploring the neighborhood near her workshop, they stumbled upon Tixie Talkworth herself, apparently enjoying a mid-afternoon beverage in the tavern. A fight broke out. Tixie took a moment to escape via dimension door, leaving behind a clockwork cobra that our adventurers had to deal with. They've now taken an hour rest to recover from that rather brutal barroom battle as they gauge their next steps. So I'll remind you, you've now come face to face with Tixie Talkworth, a gnome who has used all variety of mechanical apparatus to enhance herself into the kind of, you know, she's a bit of a cyber gnome at this point. She is roughly 50% machine, 50% gnome. The enhancements to her brain seem to be causing some antisocial behavior, what with leading an army of clockwork automatons to attack the city that was otherwise her home for many, many years. And I did mention as she disappeared, she did leave behind just like a little thing on the bar table that she meant to grab on the way out. Kind of a fancy keychain with kind of a symbol of like two pickaxes on it, and just like a lot of keys. Kind of a janitor's key ring kind of keychain with, dozens of keys of varying shapes and sizes. Now, the last thing that happened, I believe, is that Revelle searched the back room for a secret passageway, hoping that the bar was connected to Tixie's workshop. No such secret passage was found. Alas. So, players, what will you do next?
I think I might like to investigate some of the other buildings between here and the workshop to see if there might be a secret passage into that area. I don't know. What does anybody else think?
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think there might be caverns and stuff, secret passages between basements. That seems plausible.
Mm-hmm.
They're miners. They love digging tunnels.
They love it.
They love digging tunnels. That is not just a gross generalization. It is an accurate statement about this underground Nomus city.
Yeah, they're gnomes. They're going to look around at the sidewalk at this place, even though we're in a cave, and they'll be like, I'd rather make a hole within the hole and go under the earth, inside the earth, in order to go somewhere.
All right.
Maybe.
Give me an investigation check, Revelle, and if somebody else wants to help, they can make an investigation check too, which is kind of like having an advantage.
Okay. I rolled an 8.
All right.
Got a 15.
Revelle and Jasper, you start kind of looking around. You basically I assume you are seasoned adventurers. You're going to work in a grid pattern, heading out from the Motherlode Tavern, which is kind of the center of Smoldertown, the neighborhood here in that contains Tixie's workshop. There are lots of other workshops and smithies in this neighborhood. Most of them are kind of just like, clearly there was a lot of violence here in the initial attacks. There's a decent number of gnomes dead in the streets, and a decent number of the businesses are just like, people just ran away, so they were left kind of open. A small number of them have been kind of sealed up. And yeah, you're discovering that there's all manner of kind of workshops, smithies, and you find one workshop that looks potentially interesting. It appears to be, whereas the other workshops and smithies seem to be a lot more kind of like functional. This one it's almost looks more like an office than a store, and there's just all kinds of like blueprints tacked up on the wall all around this little shop here. It appears to be, I guess, some kind of inventor's workshop.
Do the blueprints look like the buildings that are around us?
No, they look like they are various gnomish inventions.
Is there like a signature on any of them? Can we tell who?
Yeah, give me a perception check. They are written in Gnomish, and they are, the handwriting is very tiny, and they are, they're messy.
I got a 15 to perception. Maybe like if I could spot something and show. I think Josh is the only one who speaks Gnomish.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he can read it.
Josh, are you interested in looking at some blueprints?
Absolutely. I don't know what I'd be rolling, if anything.
Just give me a quick perception check along with Jasper as you're searching through these papers.
Because I no longer have access to my character sheet,
roll
I
a
don't know what I
D20.
need to roll.
Start with a D20.
Well, I'm pretty sure a 7 is not great.
7 is not great. You don't really know what's going on with these blueprints. They seem very technical, but you are able to make out there are some repeated letters throughout these. It seems eventually you figure out that every blueprint has like a stylized pair of letters in the corner, IF.
They look
possibly
like
the initials of the author.
Do they look like some of the? Are they like robots or things like we've seen?
They are not robots. They seem to be a variety. There's a bunch of different things for. It looks like as you're studying them, they seem to be a lot of kind of contraptions. They are not automated. They're all things that would require manual kind of control and use.
Gadgets.
And looking through them, they look, a lot of them, or at least the ones that are the most complicated and kind of the most fleshed out, seems like they are mining related. You're looking at one Revelle that looks like it's basically like, it's like a giant kind of clockwork steam-powered car with a huge drill on the front.
That sounds cool.
I've looked at
Okay.
I've looked at my notes and I don't see anybody named IF. There's Braith Broadfoot, Tixie Tuckworth, and Sergeant Yombad Cragknuckle.
Yeah, this IF may be a person unknown to you yet, so far, though based on their language usage, probably Gnomish.
Anything
I was
else?
swearing.
Well,
Anything else to be gleaned from here, Tony?
I don't think so. Do you want to give me another investigation check, Revelle, as you're poking around inside this inventor's workshop?
Yeah, I would love somebody to help me because I could only muster a 7.
I would be delighted to help you look and give you advantage with the help action.
All
I
right,
don't
roll
need
again.
my character sheet to do that.
Nope. Good. Well played, Monty.
Well, then it's a 9.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thankfully, it is not too hard. You find a big book, Revelle, that seems to be the financial statements for this inventor. Investing would be much more profitable than what this guy is doing based on his financial statements. And you see that there are a variety, honestly, not a lot, of kind of his records of products being shipped out and where they were shipped to and payment received. And it does look like there was the latest invention was shipped to somewhere called Warehouse 6.
Warehouse 6. We seen any sign of warehouse numbering in the other buildings we've gone past? No
You
warehouses?
have not seen any warehouses in Smoldertown
Right.
or in Old Lockford. So it would have to be in one of the other neighborhoods that you have not explored.
All right.
Turbine Heights, Halfway Isle, or Cave Mouth. Probably no warehouses in the Overlook in the center of town.
what way the slag line is going counterclockwise,
The
right?
slag line
So
rotates counterclockwise. around.
counterclockwise. So should we go to like the next quadrant
Well,
and check it out?
I think there's an intact bridge that will take us
And there
to
is an
Turbine
intact
Heights,
bridge north if you wished.
which would also get us toward the halfway aisle where the people might be holed up.
Yeah, we should, I guess, go rescue them and see if they know what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want you'll leave Smoldertown and head north?
I think
Via
so.
the intact bridge.
Yeah, you don't want to go via the unintact bridge, which has a plummet of roughly 100 feet down into
Ideally
lava.
not.
Tony, I believe I can
Well,
fly.
I do very much want to do that, and I discovered what my acrobatics roll is, so I'm ready.
Oh, look at you with a character sheet now, so bold.
I don't have a
So,
character sheet. I found what an acrobatics roll in a previous session.
Look at you with limited knowledge of your character. They say
I know
a
I
little
like
bit
acrobatics.
Yeah, they say a little bit of knowledge is dangerous, Monty. Let's prove it. All right. So you do need to be on the lookout as Tixie Tuckworth is now well acquainted with you and will likely send other clockwork automatons in your direction. So I'm going to ask you collectively to make some stealth checks to try and get from Smoldertown to Turbine Heights without incurring a fight with some clockwork automatons.
Got a 13.
All right, Jasper is successfully sneaky.
I got a 21.
Krog is
Nice.
extremely sneaky.
I got a 13.
Josh is sufficiently sneaky. It doesn't super matter, but we will give Jason a hard time if Revelle fails. How did Revelle do?
11.
All right, that's enough. I was looking for 10 or above. So you sneak your way from Smoldertown across the bridge north into a new neighborhood, a neighborhood known as Turbine Heights. You are aware there are clockwork things looking for you. You have seen kind of scooting around in Smoldertown, patrolling back and forth across the bridge. These little clockwork observers, these floating robot eyes that are clearly looking to find you. Less common, but still prevalent, often traveling in pairs or trios. Some clockwork defenders, which are basically clockwork robot dogs. And for now, you've seen no robot snakes. I repeat, no robot snakes.
Are there any clocks?
Are there clocks in
There's all
the
this
streets?
clockwork stuff. I'm just wondering, did they ever put these clockworks into clocks?
Yeah, on every street corner, there's a clock. I mean, especially you're underground, you really gotta, like, if you're not careful, you would accidentally stay out, like, all night, or never wake up if you didn't have a good clock.
Never wake up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, never get out of bed. I mean, I think seasonal affective disorder is a real problem in the Underdark, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
All right. They need to invent a full spectrum lamp, TI does.
Well, they seem to be putting all of their money into robot monsters that take over their town. So, you can criticize their culture directly to their face at another time. Yeah.
Or was it the seasonal affective disorder that drove them to make robot monsters? We may never know.
Maybe. Aren't we the original robot monsters? No, we're not robots.
Yeah, humanity was the robot monster all along, Tony.
I'm a monster.
Yeah. So you've made your way north from Smoldertown into Turbine Heights. This seems to be kind of a mix of municipal buildings and kind of more upscale residential neighborhoods. It seems like it is not doing great in that there is steam just everywhere. It's like there is just a thick layer of fog all over Turbine Heights. And you can see kind of in the center of Turbine Heights, there's a kind of industrial looking building that has a very, like, is electricity a motif? This building's motif is electricity, because every now and then, roughly a couple times a minute, just a bolt of electricity jolts out from a tower on top of this kind of industrial looking facility, and kind of shoots off somewhere else in Turbine Heights. They have clearly perfected the art of transmitting electricity without your need for mundane wires or tubes that would keep steam from flooding the entire neighborhood or whatnot. It does look like there are several other municipal buildings in addition to that power station, and then there's a lot of I imagine they're kind of like nicer 2-story upper middle class gnomish houses.
Are they 2 stories
turbines
on the gnomish scale or the human scale?
No, they are gnomish scale. So
I
imagine
adorable.
a 2-story gnomish house is approximately 1 krong tall. So yeah, Krong, you're like looking in through the second window and you're like, this is nice, I can live here, and then you notice that it is bisected in the middle by the 2 floors.
I will remind you again, I can fit into anything a small creature can fit into.
You can fit into. Do you want to fit into?
Yes, I feel comfortable under beds. I feel comfortable in closed spaces.
This could be perfect. You could move here.
Put me in jail, baby. I'm ready.
Well,
what do you want to look for in Turbine Heights? There is also, I should mention, from Turbine Heights, a bridge leading to Halfway Isle, where I believe you were told there is some kind of monastery. The bridge connecting Turbine Heights to the overlook in the center of Little Lockford is currently up and inaccessible.
I think we should go to Halfway Isle and free those guys. It just seems like a nice thing to do.
Should we do an investigate, like systematically go through Turbine Heights on our way?
Yeah, I mean, we could find something that will shorten the mission here.
Mm-hmm. You could. Will you, though?
Well, I guess it depends on how we roll and how generous Tony is.
Yeah.
Well, what are these 2 big buildings in the center of Turbine Heights?
Looking at them, it looks like one So there's kind of 3 buildings left to right. The leftmost one, clearly power station. The one in the center, I think, Krong, I don't think you need to roll anything to identify that it is an infirmary. I imagine there's like a little sign with like a gnomish crutch on the side of it. Maybe a little gnome with a bandaged head or something like that. And the building...
They got a cartoon mascot for their infirmary? That's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable. The gnomes love marketing. And to the far right... cannon. To the far right, it looks like a much less exciting, does not have an animated mascot facility, is a jail. And there do seem to be a good number of dead bodies in the street outside the jail.
I need to get our log up.
Power station, infirmary, jail, left to right.
Didn't like the mayor tell us that there may be prisoners still?
I did mention there were both prisoners and
the monks.
I believe, and monks unaccounted for in the evacuees.
Okay, so I think we should go check out the jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me take you to a map with some buildings in Turbine Heights, and including one of which is the jail. Let me know if you have any issues with that loading.
What's the jail logo?
The jail does not have a logo. They're really not marketing
they like
the jail.
marketing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, have you ever tried to get a marketing intern to work for a jail? Maybe
it's just the police logo, which is a gnome with a bobby hat.
Who's the target audience when you're marketing the jail?
In jail.
When you commit crime, please consider jail.
No, yeah, there's you're right. Sorry, allow me to update it. There is an animated logo of like a gnome, and he's behind bars, and he's just like shrugging. You know, he's in an adorable black and white striped outfit.
I love it.
The market for the jail is civilization.
Yeah, it's the people to know that this is the bad guys get put away here thanks to their justice system.
Yeah, you've never watched Gnome Law and Order? It's great. It's like our Law and Order, but everything's a little bit sped up and squeakier and faster and shorter. The episodes are only 22 minutes.
In Gnome Law and Order, there are 3 branches: the police, the lawyers, and the miners. Clunk clunk.
Dun dun. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm just thinking of gnome versions of all of the Law and Order main characters right now.
There's Gnome Fire. There's Gnome PD. There's Gnome Hospital. And
Infirmary.
Are there any other and there's Gnome SVU.
Yeah, there's Gnome Power Station. It's like a little more like, it's kind of a workplace drama.
I feel like Gnome CSI would exist because they have, they like
they love
stuff
magnifying things. Yeah. It's steam. There's a lot of steam.
It's GVU, Gnomish Victims Unit.
Yeah. Okay. All of their victims are special here in Little Lockwood. So, all right. That digression aside, you head over.
Well,
no, I'm making it easier for editing. That's what I'm doing.
That's what people tune in for, Tony. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then they can edit this part out.
I'm sorry. Let's roll some dice. That's good audio.
I want to investigate the prison.
As do I.
Oh, wait. Do you actually want to do that? Or was that a bit about playing D&D in a boring way? I'm confused now.
A little of both.
Both.
So a 13 to an investigation check. Well, maybe.
I will keep an eye out for any roaming clockwork things that might come up to endanger our investigation.
Excellent choice, Krong. Krong, you know what? You gain inspiration.
Oh, sweet. I don't have a character sheet to mark that down on.
Yep.
Hit refresh. It's working now.
It did not. It does not.
Oh, no.
Wow.
So, the jail is a fortified 2-story building. I want to get this in from the get-go. I have criticism of the design of this jail from an architectural point of view. But the jail is a fortified 2-story building. It's got heavy iron doors, but they are hanging open. And you can see lying in the street outside the doors, Jasper, there are 4 dead gnomes garbed in armor. And they have the livery of the Little Oxford militia emblazoned upon their chests and other places. And amongst them is, it looks like large kind of chunks, fragments of some kind of clockwork automaton that they defeated before something defeated them.
Okay.
So the door to the jail is just hanging open, swinging in the breeze.
Is there a breeze?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a breeze.
Nice.
It's a hot breeze though, because of the lava.
I mean, I'll just go in unless anyone has objections.
You stride over the threshold and find yourself looking at the first floor of a prison, of a jail, which is apparently in this world mainly offices. There's lots of desks. Yeah, there's lots of desks with papers, and things are clearly in chaotic disarray.
It's the police department.
It's kind of a conference table over to the north. There's a door in the northeast that's closed. Looks like it might go to some kind of office. And there is a spiral staircase in the southwest corner that leads up to the second floor.
I mean, when I worked in an office, I did often think it was rather jail-like. So
Jail-like?
this checks out.
Big shelves full of binders of paper. So, yeah.
Any sign of life?
No signs of activity or recent life. Does not seem like anyone's been through here in possibly a couple weeks since the evacuation.
I want to look in the office.
All right. Revelle, you peek in the office. The door is unlocked. It seems like an office to some kind of administrator. There's a lot of paperwork. There's a big binder full of stuff on the table, and there is, in perhaps just narratively conventional, obvious ways, a shiny key ring with. Let me just count here for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 keys on it. They're numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4.
More keys.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like a video game now.
I will take those keys.
Is that what people want in their Dungeons and Dragons? Make it more video game like?
Yeah.
Should I describe these? Should they be like a red key because we don't trust you to remember that there's more than one key or something?
I'll
That
leave
would
that
be nice.
between you and your
Okay.
D&D module. But we'll take the keys.
Okay.
Let's check out upstairs.
Yeah, let's go upstairs.
All right. Josh, you lead the way upstairs. This is kind of up and to the left of where your tokens were. This leads up into the jail part of the jail.
They have to drag prisoners up the spiral staircase?
This is what I'm saying, Monty. Also, like, you're gnomes, and you're building an industrial building like that has a purpose here. Why would you build up and not down? Right? Seems obvious to me that taking a prisoner up and down a spiral staircase, that's asking for a workplace accident. But I am not an architect of municipal buildings in Little Oxford. I'm just a humble dungeon master reading the module that I've been given and making none of the edits that I could have to it. For up the stairs is a modest set of 4 jail cells. And as you look around, Josh, you need not roll a perception check to see that the jail cells are all locked and unoccupied.
Okay.
Should we do some bed flipping? Like,
Micah
I know
is
this
with
is
us
the wrong
in
group.
spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got the keys. So let's
do.
unlock those
Yep.
let's unlock those cells.
All right. Revelle, the cells are numbered, the keys are numbered. It is trivial for you to figure out which key matches to which cell. You unlock the 4 cells and poke around in them. I will say that 2 of the beds are more or less neatly made, and signs suggest that this was not an occupied cell, whereas 2 of the beds are a little bit more messy and there's the suggestion that these were vacated and then not cleaned up or tidied in any way afterwards.
Okay. Nothing else of interest.
Nothing else. Nope.
Okay.
There are not, as far as I can tell, any prisoners to be freed here. But
There are not.
let me check one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will check under each bed.
You check under each bed. Roll me a perception check,
Oh,
Krong,
man.
as you check under each bed.
All right.
There could be a kid under there.
+2.
Who's in jail? For kid crimes?
I just like the inversion that the nightmare monster is checking
okay.
under the bed, you see. So.
I rolled a 21.
Wow. Okay, with a 21, you flip over the first bed, or I don't know if you flip over it. You could just look under it, I guess.
I
You're
go
not a monster.
under each bed.
You go under each bed stealthily, as if you could fit into a small space without having to distort your body in any way. The first one, nothing exciting. The second one, Krong, with a 21, I am going to tell you that your bugbear sense is tingling, and you know there was a bugbear under this bed. A bugbear that is not you. This is not there's a monster at the end of the book situation. There was another monster that occupied this cell and was under this bed approximately 3 weeks ago. You find a little tuft of bugbear fur.
There's a bugbear here. There was a bugbear here. Everyone be very careful. Any shadowy corner could contain a bugbear. They're terrifying.
The fur is it's kind of a lot more orange than your fur is Krong. But it is definitely bugbear fur.
Either a Garfield or a Heathcliff was here.
Or is Garfield a bugbear? Is that canon? Okay.
It is now.
Wow, world
It's a
building.
kind of.
I don't have my
bugbear.
character sheet. I can't be sure.
that is not covered on your character sheet. That's going to become your catch-all for years. You're going to be saying that, Monty.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless the website comes back.
Krong, you feel like you have otherwise gleaned what there is to glean from this this jail cell.
That's it.
Wow.
All right.
Real boring.
Nothing. That's
Sorry.
it for all 4 cells.
Yeah. The most exciting thing to find was a tuft of orange bugbear fur that could only be found by the beadiest of eyes.
My character sheet is back. Let's do something weird.
Okay. Okay. What a strange episode this is.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
Yep. Let's go.
Revelle suggests you leave. Revelle, is there somewhere you would like to go next? There is an infirmary just across the street. There's a
Yeah,
power
I want to
station.
I want to go to the infirmary. Maybe there's somebody holed
All right.
up in there who was injured.
Maybe a bugbear.
Maybe.
Maybe somebody we can injure.
Wow.
Ooh.
We do have our character sheets.
Monty or not Monty? Hi, Monty.
Hi, Jason.
I'm just saying hi. I am going to wild shape and turn into a direwolf, and I'm going to. So now I'm a wolf, and I'm going to enter this establishment. And I wanna give a good smell and a good listen
Good smell around.
I have advantage on perception now that I am a wolf. Can I do that?
All right. Yeah. The door to the infirmary is on the north side of the building. You are sniffing around.
18.
And 18. Wolf Revelle, you feel confident that this there is nothing alive in this infirmary building. There's no signs. There's no smells of kind of humanoid creatures. So I imagine you could really quickly, with your heightened wolf senses, search this building.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll go in and nose around. And
All right,
just see.
you're
And
nosing
Jasper's-
around.
We're doing some little dog and cat action here because
Yep.
it's a wolf and a tabaxi, and we're
And an
walking to an
unorthodox
infirmary.
Team up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The infirmary is basically devoid of any sign of life. There are several kind of patient rooms, and across the hall from them, there are several kind of little offices for the people that presumably staff the infirmary. There's an operation room at the end of the hallway. And it seems like people cleared out of here real fast. I guess the attack happened so quickly that, you know, no casualties were actually brought to the infirmary. You know, you find some just, you know, stacks of bandages ready for deployment. You open a little cabinet and little gnome-sized crutches fall out. You find an adorable little gnome-sized wheelchair and so on. It's not too exciting, but you do find poking around in one cabinet, Jasper and Revelle, 6 healer's kits and 4 potions of healing. And I'm just going to suggest that each of you take a potion of healing for expedience's sake.
Okay.
I wonder what these beds are for. I mean, somebody comes in, you just give them a potion of healing, you send them right back out the same door, right?
Whoa, that's an indictment of gnomish healthcare. Mm-hmm. You know, you keep them there and you rack up the bill.
My mistake.
This is a for-profit clinic. That's why it's got the marketing on the outside.
Sorry, a little too real.
All right, it's time for the tower.
Shay lightning bolts.
All right. If you want to search building by building through Turbine Heights, your last stop will take you to the power station. The door to the power station is on the west side. As you approach, the power station looks like it is relatively secure and no one has messed with it compared to the other buildings that were just kind of left in disarray. So as you approach, there's big, heavy oaken doors to the power station, and they are firmly shut.
I'm gonna sniff and listen at the door to see if there's something inside.
Give me a perception check. I think you have advantage with perception checks when you are in this form.
I do. 19.
Mm-hmm. You do not smell any kind of signs of humanoid life, but you do hear there's all kinds of horrible noises coming from mechanical noises coming from inside the power station, Revelle, and you hear it sounds like perhaps kind of a robotic whimpering of some kind of automaton.
Puppy.
Whimpering.
Puppy.
Should we go in and see if it's friendly, or should we skip it?
I would like to investigate the door to see if it is locked.
The door is locked.
I would like to pick the lock of the door.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
Odds that we find a cyborg bugbear in here are not 0.
I rolled 19.
All right. Krong effortlessly unlocks the doors to the power station.
I would like to open the door. Does everyone want to stand right here in front of the doors like this?
Yeah, sure you do.
Okay,
Krong opens the doors. As the doors open, even denser fog than is throughout all of Little Lockford kind of billows out of this huge kind of industrial mechanical space. The power station is basically just one big room. There's a bunch of turbines in the middle. Most of them are just kind of whirring along happily, loudly, but happily. One of them is in some kind of non-happy state and making a much more kind of grinding, crunching noise. You can see there's kind of a catwalk with some kind of control panel on the north side, including stairs leading up to a hatch in the ceiling. But just judging from the inside of the building and the outside of the building, that would lead to the roof. There is no second floor to this building. It is very loud with the turbines just kind of making a huge racket in this space.
Can we tell what direction the robotic whimper sound came from?
Krong, you think it came from the direction of the southeast turbine.
Is that the one that's not working right?
Yeah, it is. There's kind of a horrible grinding, crunching noise coming from it.
Well, if playing Myst has taught me anything, we're going to have to go to this control panel and play some music or some nonsense.
Okay.
All right, I'll go investigate this southeast turbine.
All right, you head over to the southeast turbine. So there's these big kind of spinning mechanical contraptions, 3 of them loud, but seem to be kind of whirling along it, just the sound of loud fans. But this one is clearly not working quite right. And as you approach, you discover there is a clockwork robot dog, but its hind leg is kind of jammed into the turbine, which seems to be causing both the turbine and the clockwork dog to not operate effectively.
Hey, buddy. All right.
Roll animal handling.
Beep, beep, woof, woof, clank, clank. I don't know how to talk to dogs. Oh, I've got a -1.
18.
Oh, Revelle knocks you out of the side of Krong and says,
I can't say
stand
Got
back.
this.
Druid coming through.
Okay, good, because I rolled an 8.
All right, Krong, you make beeping noises of the dog, which irritates it. Revelle, you slink past as a wolf, and I don't know, communicate it with it non-verbally in the language of canines. And the robot dog expresses back to you that it's having a rough day, and it's stuck, and it's I don't know, do robot dogs feel pain? This one does.
Ooh. I assumed that the robot dogs were just automata.
Makes you think differently about killing them, huh?
Hmm.
Can we can any of us tell what to do to get it free?
Revelle, you think that you could basically just kind of use physical strength or dexterity to try and dislodge the robot dog from the turbine.
Okay. I'll try to do that, but I only rolled
All
a
right,
10.
give me. And what were you rolling? Strength or dexterity?
Strength.
All right. You try really hard, and it's really in there. You are not successful at getting it out. The dog kind of looks at you emotively with its big robot puppy dog eyes in a way that suggests, it appreciates your effort, even if it's still stuck in a turbine.
I will try with my dexterity.
All right.
Because I have thumbs and stuff. I'm not like a wolf right now.
Yeah, no offense, Revelle, but Krong, if you want, you can roll sleight of hand.
Oh, I would like to roll sleight of hand. I got a 10.
Would somebody like to help Krong?
I'll help.
Good job, everybody.
Great, I got a 16.
Okay, you are able to kind of jimmy and like you have to like push in and then pull out, and you have to get the turbine moving at just the right direction. You ever see that scene in Silo? It's just like that, but with a robot dog. It's great. And then eventually the robot dog is free, and you feel very accomplished as the robot dog kind of licks your face with a cold robot tongue.
Friend.
The robot dog does not considers you an ally.
I give him a handful of screws and bolts or something.
Yeah, it crunches down on them. Slightly offensive, but accurate to what the robot wants us to eat. The robot dog is chewing away on those things. Now that the robot dog is no longer stuck in the turbine is spinning at a much happier kind of speed, and the fog is slowly clearing from the room, and presumably from Turbine Heights.
Well, this will tell everybody where we are.
Yeah. Let's. I'll go check up on the catwalk real quick.
All right.
For a quick reconnoiter.
It is good that you set Josh, because Josh can read Gnomish up on the catwalk. There is a big control panel with all kinds of switches. I was going to say switches and levers and buttons and whatnot, but they're really just switches. But there are a lot of them. They are all conveniently labeled in Gnomish, which you can read, Josh. Looking at them, you get the sense that the switches on the left side are for the bridges that connect the different neighborhoods in Little Lockford. You can see a lot of them have been turned off. Only a few are still turned on. The switches on the right side of the control panel control power to Little Lockford. Most of those are still on, with the exception of Cave Mouth in the bottom left there is set in the off position. There's also a switch there that just turns off power to all of Little Lockford, and a separate switch that would turn off power to the slag line. The slag line is currently on. From this, you could, if you needed to raise or lower any bridges, you have the control of that here.
If we lower them all, that's definitely a, hey, humans are here.
I mean, you already fought somebody in a bar. They know you're here.
Well,
Yeah,
true.
they know.
Humans.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. Speak for yourself, cleric. You are literally the only human. So.
What do you think? Should we just go ahead and lower them all for our own sake, or does that make it easier for the automata to come after us?
I think we should raise the one we just came over, so that way Clockworks from that side can't come get us. But lower the one that we're going towards.
that
which
one's
I
already
believe-
lowered, I think.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
down.
Well, great.
The main, looking at the map configuration, the main thing that was going off was that Cave Mouth was kind of completely sealed off. And apparently powered down, and then other bridges were raised as well, such that getting to the Overlook would be kind of require traversing the maximum amount of Little Lockford, I guess, as a security precaution.
Yeah.
So.
I think lowering the bridge that is closest to us, that goes to the center, so that after we go to release those people who are
You don't have to
holed
backtrack
up,
all the way across city.
we won't have to backtrack. Yeah.
We
I'm
can
just
either
gonna take
do that, or we can go check out the monks and then come back and flip the switch, so that we don't leave that bridge down forever.
Yeah, I'm just going to take you back to the Little Lockford map because I thought that would probably be easier in terms of visualizing the world, and I believe the map starts with the kind of default state of the bridges in terms of which bridges are up and down. So from this room, you can change any of the bridges to be something different. You can turn off power to the different neighborhoods. You can turn off the slag line if you're worried about that for some reason. Yeah. It sounds like you probably want... I'm just going to draw it in. You want the bridge between Turbine Heights and the Overlook to be filled in.
I think
This
so.
squiggle represents a filled-in bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Josh,
So
you give the switch a flip, and somewhere in the distance you hear a little machine engaging, and a drawbridge lowers.
Great.
So, halfway aisle first, or straight to the Overlook?
Halfway aisle.
Halfway aisle.
Halfway out.
All right. As you exit the power station in Turbine Heights, you do see that the fog is slowly starting to clear as you have repaired the power station by freeing the robot dog. And I think this robot dog is just going to follow along with you until something else happens. You rolled a very good animal handling check, Revelle, a thing that doesn't happen a lot in Dungeons & Dragons. So... all right. You cross the bridge without incident to Halfway Isle. Halfway Isle is not really a neighborhood of Little Lockford. It's just a small little island between Turbine Heights and Old Lockford. And there's basically just one building on this little small island tucked between those two neighborhoods. This is clearly a building with religious significance to it. It's much more ornate than anything you've seen so far in Little Lockford. It's still clearly gnomish construction, so it's kind of squat and kind of flat. Looks like it's a single story, but it has all kinds of fancy carved stonework around it. The big double doors are carved to resemble interlocked hands. There is kind of images of gnomes with picks and shovels and kind of descending into the darkness, but also being kind of overseen by a cloaked figure. Josh, you want to give me a quick religion check on this since you speak the language?
15.
All right, Josh, you can read the words and recognize some of the religious imagery. This abbey seems to be sanctified in the name of the gnomish god known as the Deep Brother, or with a 15, I will tell you, Caladern Smooth Hands, a god worshipped in particular by gnomish miners and stone carvers.
Story checks out.
Caladern
For his smooth hands?
Oh, yes, his hands are very smooth.
Ooh.
Moisturizes.
Worn down.
Yeah.
Well, let's go check.
Go to the building.
All right. The abbey doors are unlocked because I don't think you lock abbey doors. I just don't think that's how it works. I think they're always unlocked. And so if you wish, you can cast open the doors to the abbey.
I'm not going to Tony's castle.
You're what?
I'm not going to Tony's castle where all the heavy doors are left open.
I mean, it's been, first off, I don't have a castle. I'm a renter. Second off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Look at you. You have a house now. You think you're so much better than me just because you are. It's disgusting, Monty. So you cast open the doors and look into the monastery. Just inside to the left is a very ornate statue of presumably Caladern Smoothhands. The statue is 4 feet tall. It's carved out of one big, well, not that big, one medium-sized piece of black obsidian rock, and it depicts a kind of hooded gnome, his face hidden by the hood, and his hands are just covered with kind of jeweled rings, and he's kind of holding his hands open in kind of in a religious gesture in your direction, and you can see past the statue is clearly the kind of main meeting room, perhaps the place of worship in this abbey. There's a big room set up with some kind of religious symbolism in the middle, and benches are organized all around it. You can see down to the right, it looks like there's kind of a hallway that I think you could probably assume leads to the quarters of any monks who lived in this abbey.
All right, I'm going to give it a sniff, see if there might be anybody here. I got a 21.
21. Revelle, you smell something. You get the sense that there are several humanoid creatures in this building. And you know what? With above a 21, I'm going to give you their species. You smell 3 flavors of species here. You smell gnomish. You smell bugbear. And you smell goblin.
Goblin unexpected.
Okay.
So barging in saying, "We're here to rescue you," may not be the wisest.
You have already barged in, but you have not said we're here to rescue you. So you can still salvage that, Chip.
Would you like me to sneak in, hide in the shadows, and appear behind them and say we're here to rescue you?
Non-threatening.
I like that.
You're very good at sneaking, Krong.
All right. I will sneak in. Sneak.
All right.
Sneak. You want me to roll or?
Yes, please. Please roll stealth.
13.
Okay, 13. Which area of the monastery would you like to sneak into, Krong?
I would like to go over here towards what I believe are the rooms.
Yeah,
that's not an answer. They're all rooms.
Yeah. What do you like about this room? Do you like the walls, the floor, ceiling, maybe? There's kind of a dormitory arrangement to the east side of the monastery. All right, Krong, you move silently down the hall and look down. There are a series of doors on the east wall of this hallway, and then there's a single door in the north end of the hallway. It's ajar. You can tell that it's a latrine.
I would like to try to stealthily open this door I'm next to.
All right, you stealthily open it. It is unlocked. It opens into what is clearly the Spartan quarters of a gnomish monk. There's a couple of gnome-sized beds, maybe a little chest that they would keep their personal belongings in, but everything is real kind of simple and threadbare for the the simple life of a gnomish follower of Caladern Smoothhands.
All right, I will go north.
Forever may his hands be smooth.
And check out the next door.
Surprise, surprise, it's another monastery bunk room.
Same move.
All right. Surprise, it's another monastery bunk room.
And again.
And again. This room is a little bit different. This room seems like it might be the sleeping quarters and residence of someone of higher rank or privilege than the other rooms that you've looked at. This room is twice as big as all the other rooms you've looked in, Krong, but contains only a single bed. There is a table set up as a desk in the corner. Everything is adorably gnomish sized. And there's a lit candle on that desk next to it looks like somebody was writing in some kind of book.
How long has the candle been burning?
Is that a knowable thing?
How much wax is melted down the side?
A decent amount, but not all of it.
I would like to check under this bed.
All right. You check under the bed. There's nothing under the bed, but it is very clean and tidy.
I would like to check under all the beds.
Okay, you go back and check under all the beds. The other beds are a little bit. Some of the rooms haven't been used in a while, so there's some dust bunnies and whatnot. But they are the underbeds are as unoccupied as the overbeds.
But the main bedroom, it was clean under the bed, not dust bunnies.
No, And there's a lit candle on the table.
Interesting. Anything else on the table?
There's it looks like perhaps a journal or a diary written in Gnomish.
I will take the diary.
Okay. ...
To Josh.
Okay. Josh, Jasper, and Revelle, who's currently in the form of a wolf, are waiting patiently outside the abbey while you've scouted around that part. You hand Josh the journal?
Yes.
Read journal.
Read journal. Thank you. Thank you, Action Chip. Reading through the journal, it seems like it is basically it is the personal log of the abbot of this monastery, and there's many pages that are just real boring kind of logs of comings and goings, the duties of the abbot overseeing things, drafting sermons and whatnot, but things get a little bit more intense as you read the entries for the last 3 weeks, including an entry dated today in which the abbot seems to still be here somewhere, but all of the recent entries are in a kind of like a frantic, tight, scribbled hand, hard to read at some points, Josh. And the abbot is afraid of being discovered. There's notes about, he is not alone in the abbey, and he is running out of food. As you are poking around, or as you are flipping through that journal, Jasper, you hear a voice coming from the main room in the monastery, the kind of the worship chambers. A voice from somewhere in there says, in kind of a loud stage whisper to somebody else, "Do you think they left?"
We didn't leave yet.
Okay. And you hear the sound of somebody very furry getting elbowed.
So I'm gonna go through the threshold into the room, and I'm just gonna say, we were sent by the mayor to try to help you.
All right. Two figures kind of poke their heads out from behind one of the benches. One of them maybe has to stand on his little tippy toes. Well, it's a gnomist-sized bench, so it's fine. He peers out over the bench. You see a figure with kind of green face, big ears, eyes looking at you, and then kind of unfolding to take up a much larger space, a big kind of orange and brown looking bugbear. But both of them have manacles and other accoutrements suggesting that they are recently incarcerated felons. Staring at you, Jasper, from across the monastery room. This is the prisoners of which was foretold, but will they greet you as friends and liberators or as foes that must be defeated? And what of the abbot, who seems to still be alive but perhaps having a rough time? What will they discover next time on Total Party Kill? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time, because I just said next time on Total Party Kill.
The Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members